story, but I'm going to tell you a brief bedtime story. In the 4th century AD in China, a woman poet called Su Hui got a letter from her husband out on the frontier saying that she was a dear sweet thing and he loved her very much, but on the other hand he had this younger wife now and she couldn't piss off. And she was somewhat mortified by this, so she set to and embroidered him a hanky, which she then sent by messenger out to him on the front. And he received the hanky. In the 4th century AD, this is the hanky. It is a 29 by 29 Chinese character grid. The mathematics of it differ, but these are poems. There's a lot of argument about whether you count 4 along, or 3 along, or 6 along, or 7 along, how far down you go, whether you can go diagonally as well. It's like an infinitely rarefied version of that thing you see people doing in bus stations, where you've got to find all the words on the grid. And each of the characters is a word. So it's an almost inexhaustible resource for making poems.
And we're going to do all of them.
This is a really... Exactly. So this is an exciting and rigorous thing that really needs some proper scholarly response to it, and this is not it. We've taken some little slabs of it, just taken mathematically out of the middle of it, 5 by 5 character grids, and have behaved very disgracefully towards them. So Tim is going to tell you more about Su Hui now, and then we're going to read some of the poems. Half.
Yes, Su Hui was a Chinese poet. This is the first poem. She discovered his secret. Oh, you're supposed to read this poem. Any line in any order that you choose to sit with it. She discovered his secret in her train later, touched by vague, plaintive statements, with a pet dog read backwards or forwards, carrying a tray of tea things at greater length. She was various instruments of 840 characters. She was a loom with a wistful expression. In the case, a pet dog impressed by the feat and refused to accompany his favourite porcupine, the poetess. Nice thing about having this is you don't know how many pages I'm
He said all of them. You can do all of them.
This is Northwest poem number 1. Pregnant and manly. Intensified, volume 3. Not found, ism, ing, and inging. In this incarnation, unidentified, frying, another, then another NF, ending the line with an ideogram called Elton. He sang, "Don't let the sun go down on me," after everyone else had. Often, and 2 posts, according to the Dr. Chartham method. You pay $2.99 plus P&P, then a crane comes. My name is Su Hui intensely, and I am, are, and to be nobody's mistress. Yes, a heavenly stem, then the Red Army march in, out, and over my specs. Harry, if this is your answer, then I'm giving up sex.
Northwest poem. Life, intensely miserable. I could howl. Eyes superadded to the night. Doublethink makes us free, free. This is just to say, the plums were sour. I was born sad, freighted with injustice.
And then Harry sent me that, and I did a translation by holding his poem as far away from myself as possible, and then rewriting it. Oh, life intensely misanthropic and with one good bowel, ego supersized to the night. This is just to say the plums are ours. I was born hard and then too much. Double diamond makes us fist, 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 fist. Oh, my love turned out frightened by insects. This is North poem number 2. Harry again sent me some Chinese notes, which were most helpful. Headachy and or hypochondriac, dark red and everywhere. Approximating at the same time, Johnny, Thunders and June, Carter Cash, we founded an empire upon seaweed, complicated in great numbers, dazzling and glorious, found not and not found even. The way to snare Christians is simple. It says here, lift up the hem of your garment. A dirty t-shirt, a travel card, the word fuck only equals revolutionary poems for pathetic sharks. When really all I am longing for is A, just a little, B, intercourse with tigers, C, on this incandescent earth, D, someone to take my place.
And this is the version of North poem that I did from the same characters. Much danger in the march, thunder surnames, written complicatedly in elegant sedges, glorious, blinding, like the wind, and as manifest, looks like all the pollen in the world, blossom filling the margins, dazzling, glorious.
And then Harry sent me that one, or did I send you that one?
No, then you myopic tip.
Okay, much danger in swimming trunks. Johnny Halliday singing rockabilly in hedges. Gone missing with wind. Cosmetic dabbling and the ass manifold in Parry Match. He looks like all the pirates in the wold are falling. Boyzone, fondling the margins, always privates, always, yes, dazzling and glorious. Northeast poem number 1 from Harry's Chinese notes. Looked up but couldn't find the peace that comes from touching a small mountain. Looked down and found shock and terrorist frisson. No answers in cliff.
Here's my Northeast poem, first version. Feeling not found, as if. Rather peaceful away from self, I think, despite redoubled efforts, feeling quiet, existence at the brink of a cliff, green to think it's steep. And then this is the same set of characters but put through a Japanese rather than a Chinese dictionary, which gives it a slight remix. General circumstances couldn't be better. One's serene, one thinks, at one's peak. Couldn't find industriousness, too tranquil. Listening to Cliff out in the suburbs. Jimmy, Tony, Richard. Had a concept, couldn't shape it, Cliff, too high, and road too foggy. And this is after looking at Tim's, sort of listening to Tim mix. Looked at it again. What can I carry away? The self is a piece, if not a pillar. Trading on industry, faintly profound, out on the outskirts again, no form, no shape, no style, all flabby. I should say that that's Earl Flabber Holt and Styles Scott, the reggae rhythm section. And this is, we sort of ran out of time and whatever, so this is...
Energy.
No style. So this is the poem from the middle of the very middle, the central poem. There is no hard day to start loving, no jaded gesture with the hands. At the heart, make an understanding. The plum branch nose to arc cannily. The lost body of logic not found. No complaints.
And the central poem that I wrote after reading that one is this. There can be no hard-ons without rubbing. A book lacking ongar. No band stand-in for can. because the heart squared equals no more than open blossom works best, disappearing, drops on the heart falling, always falling, falling, falling. Upwards, yeah, meaning what? Always falling.
I said it was a bedtime story and it has a happy ending. They got back together.
Thank you. Good night.